Alfonso I of Asturias, son-in-law of the legendary Pelayo, gathered his chief men around him and made a bold pronouncement. The time had come for the Christians of Spain to take the fight to al-Andalus. Considering the immense power of Islamic Spain, this was a daring move. But recent Arab infighting had greatly weakened the northern defenses. Already Alfonso had captured Galicia in 740. Now he was ready to push farther. Thus, accompanied by his small army, Prince Alfonso marched out of the mountains on which the Christians had so long relied for defense, and crossed the vast plains his descendants would call Castile. Despite their small numbers, Alfonso's men were determined, hardy warriors. Indeed, some of these men had been with Pelayo himself at Covadonga. They crossed the Duero River valley and pressed toward Salamanca, Avila, and Segovia, nearly reaching the heart of Islamic Iberia. We can only imagine the mindset of the Asturians as they rode through these former territories of their ancestors, where some of the older men among them had probably spent their childhoods. For the last half-century, they'd been staring out toward these lands from their remote mountain cliffs, dreaming of some heroic future in which their descendants would drive the Moors into the sea. Now, they were taking that first crucial step of counter-invasion. It must have been terrifying and exhilarating. More than anything, it must have felt long overdue. Alfonso's army moved quickly, destroying several Arab fortresses, slaughtering any Muslim they could capture. Everywhere they went, local Christians were eager to give them aid, and indeed begged to be taken back with them. Alfonso could not refuse, and picked up large numbers of Christian peasants who hoped to return with him and settle in his northern kingdoms. At the Guadaramas Mountains, which overlook Toledo, Alfonso announced to his men that they would go no farther. On his return march, Alfonso made the tactically wise decision to brutally devastate the Duero River valley from Porto to Osma, and then northward to the Basque territory. So thoroughly did Alfonso raze these lands that they remained a no-man's land for the next 100 years, very difficult for a Muslim army to cross northward. Thus, Alfonso's campaign would define the boundary between Arab and Christian territory for some time to come. The buffer zone allowed him to hold the remainder of Cantabria, La Rioja, and what is now northern Portugal. Perhaps the most remarkable aspect of Alfonso's campaign is the large number of Christian peasants who returned with him, several thousand in number. This boost to the Asturian population would greatly strengthen the little Christian kingdom. Those families that did escape with Alfonso would recall for generations how they had been rescued by Pelayo's son-in-law. Another striking thing about this campaign is the fact that it was able to happen at all. The small Asturian army penetrated deep into Arab territory, meeting little opposition from the powerful Cordoban regime. This is a testament to the instability that endured in Islamic Spain almost half a century after the conquest. Contrary to popular belief, the Arabs did not bring with them immediate widespread political order. In fact, just the opposite. Outside of the main cities like Cordoba, al-Andalus was almost a perpetual war zone, with the bulk of the fighting being between Arab and Berber factions. Alfonso's campaign essentially amounted to an extensive raiding mission. The Arab military was certainly strong enough to stop it, and yet it didn't, nor did the Arabs present any significant opposition to the Christians' total destruction of the Duero River Valley.